How we doing, guys? We have more games on the board for DraftKings. It's kind of the same with regular week, but I think the 13 game in DFS is going to matter. I think we're going to see a lot more points being scored. We see a lot more of the high profile marquee names being on the board. I don't think these guys saw as much of it as I do, so it'll be an interesting week because I do think you might need like 220, 230, but that's at the end of the show. We'll start this show though right off the bat like we normally do with the spread picks. And our show pick is going to be the Eagles talking about a favorite. I guess probably ending the career of Pete Carroll, right? Like he's probably not coming back. I think they're going to walk away. And Donnie was talking about it before the show. The Eagles really just need a good showing. They need to show that their offense is at least capable of competing with a playoff team. So I think they'll cover the 11.5 quite easily. With that being said, though, we'll welcome in the guys. We'll get started. How we doing?
Kyle fucking Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we're doing. That's how we're doing.
Hate the guy.
Yeah, that guy. That guy right there.
I still love that guy, by the way.
Kyle Pitts, that guy. The tight end. Yes.
Of course, he shows up the year he needs to get paid, and one time, his first big game, a week before his season ends, basically.
I love all the stats about the game. 7% of his fantasy points were scored in his entire career last night.
Dude,
like, that's a big fucking chunk.
I bet.
Dude has been in the league for a few fucking years.
Yeah, I guarantee you 60% of his points came in his first season and last night. I guarantee that stat would be true.
Look, I'll let you guys cope. You guys sound like crybabies here. I'm just letting you know.
I have a Kyle Pitts baseball team. I'm not being a crybaby.
I drafted some Kyle Pitts.
Fucking hell that he had that. Like, he finally had the ceiling game we thought he could have as the promising rookie.
Yeah, for 5 years, he finally got there after 5 years. I've been drafting him for 5 years. He doesn't get
honestly this is the indictment of Arthur Smith. Like he's been there for the last 4. Bijan hasn't looked right. Kyle Pitts hasn't looked good. All of a sudden, you get rid of him. Bijan's a top 2-3 running back in the league, highest like yards, total yards, and Kyle Pitts does fucking that.
Bijan Robinson also had a good day as well.
The Falcons still suck because they're the Falcons.
Yeah.
So like the losing wasn't Arthur Smith's problem, but the usage was an Arthur Smith problem.
It was very similar to that St. Brown Gibbs game where like St. Brown put up 30 and Gibbs put up 60. That's like exactly what we saw with Robinson and Pitts. It was very concentrated. I want some money on it. I've always been a Pitts guy, so I'm still happy. And the way I look at best ball like is different than most people. Like we're still going to make profit.
I had an Atlanta stack that got through, and now it's got Bijan and Pitts in there for 70, 80 points to start the freaking week.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, that's a good start. Like I'm in the good start, and then I still have low-owned dudes in my pod that I can go off and keep me ahead. Let's just I think this team needs Justin Herbert and Tyler Shuck are my backup quarterbacks.
Yeah. What hurts even more, Gov, is we had a Pitts team. We had a full-on Falcon stack. Because if you look back at our best ball portfolios, we stacked a lot of offenses. We went with a Chargers stack. We stacked the Vikings. That obviously didn't work. And then we stacked the Buccaneers, which obviously worked because that was the Tucker team that almost charged late.
I don't think we stacked a Vikings. I think we had a Jefferson and then grabbed McCarthy, but like that's not really stacked.
I mean, that's a sort of a stack. Like we at least grabbed we stacked up the receiver. We didn't stack that team. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, the Jefferson stuff just didn't work, but we did have a Penix team, so I don't think that Kyle Pitts team had enough just because Penix got benched. But best ball is a different.
No, Penix got hurt. He didn't get benched.
He's on the IR. Yeah, he's injured.
Maybe
he should have been benched.
His ego.
He actually looked okay when he was in there.
He looked okay. His ego should be benched though, because he should be better. He should be better.
Right, so we got the random number generator up.
Yes,
I think so. That's not my department. You do need my number though, right, Donnie?
Yep, I know what number you're going to pick already, so. I don't need it. I don't need it, but I need it.
I was going to say 12.
Say it just to,
Oh, I thought you were going 8. I thought for sure you were going 8. That's his.
Oh, Donnie.
I have no idea why he thought I was going to go 8, but
I'm going 17.
Ah, yes. See, you guys screwed it all up. Wait. Oh crap! Now I forgot. How many kids does Philip Rivers have?
12.
that's why I went with 12 actually, because I thought he had 12. Don't prove me wrong now. Because
That's okay.
that's exactly why I went with 12. I was going to explain that.
Okay, so let's see.
What number did you have?
Because I'm going to go with the combination of my record after this week.
Oh dear.
86.
The number is 77.
That's not good. I don't need that to be my record after this week. If the Panthers are 7-7 because we lose to New Orleans again, that's not going to be good. But I do get the first pick. Okay, so I am going to take Denver plus 2.5 against the Packers.
Yeah, I like that.
This is going to be a tough football game. I'll give it that. Like the Packers can play in weather, so the altitude will hurt, but I think they'll be able to deal with it.
We've seen Denver probably play closer games than they probably should have had this season, but they also are a good team. I do think they have a lot of flaws, but they're also a really good team. And I don't think that they've gotten enough credit for that. I do think they are better than the Packers.
These are two top seeded teams in their conferences, so that should be a good game.
Wait, what did you say?
He took Denver, Donnie.
Yeah, 2.5 was it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the last of it.
I will go another 2.5 and pick a much more interesting team. Give me Carolina.
Carolina minus 2.5?
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, you're saying they're going to win the game because 2.5 is pretty much just taking the money line, right?
And they're
They are expected to win the game, it looks like.
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, they have all the reasons to in the playoffs. I actually think this team could get in the playoffs and create some fun matchups. I don't know if they'd win a matchup, but this team's been very bipolar Gov this season for me. It's like you see the best and the worst of them all at once. Why do you like it, Donnie, now that you're back? Oh, maybe he's not back. I thought he was.
He's choppy.
Yeah, it's very choppy today.
Yeah. At least my camera's in. We've been having some technical.
Is my camera? Yeah. Is my camera good?
Yes.
My thing is they are excited. Like the Bucks.
Oh, okay. The Bucks lost. Like this is for that. Like I understand that. Like I've been doing the math. Carolina beating New Orleans would give them the game up completely on the Bucks, plus the division lead on the Bucks. Where, as long as we don't get swept by them, we could lose. We just got to beat New Orleans and Tampa once. We could lose to Tampa the other time, and to Seattle, but we have to beat New Orleans and Tampa once.
And I actually like that they're coming off of that Bucks win with the Saints because that proves that like they've already kind of had their like celebratory like we showed the world we overcame. So now I feel like there'll be like this high or this euphoria, and now the Panthers are actually getting them at the right time because I still don't think they're a good team. And now that they kind of burned off that excitement, I don't know. I think this is the perfect time for you to get them go. Donnie, we got you back on the mobile now. This should be more stable for you, at least to give your information.
Yeah. No, they're just. My thing is, it's weird because the Bucks and the Panthers both kind of control their own destiny in a weird way. Because if they both win out, whichever one wins out wins the division. So they both control their destiny in that regard.
Well, that's actually the thing. Like, they don't even have to win out.
Right.
That's the crazy part. Like they both control their own destiny, but it's just because they both play each other twice in the last 3.
It's a very rare scenario. Very rare.
And like Tampa is at the point where, like I said, if Carolina can beat New Orleans, Tampa will have to sweep. Whereas Carolina only has to split. Now, if Carolina loses New Orleans, now both scenarios both ways. Both teams need to sort of win out.
Yeah.
And Tampa has the easier overall schedule because we play each other twice. I think Tampa, I forget who they play. I think it's Washington. It's not Washington. I'd have to look.
It's someone lower, though. Lower tier.
Yeah. Whereas Carolina plays Seattle.
I love that Carolina's just leaned into the analytics. They obviously do different things in their front office. I've always liked Eric Eager, who kind of had that sports gambling background, and you guys put him in the front office. Like, I've liked a lot of things they've done quietly. I think they have a sneaky good defense, especially against the run. I actually like what the Panthers could bring to the playoffs. I hope it's them that gets in biasly. But we can move on now.
Next 2 for you, Logan.
It's my next 2, right?
Oh, the Bucks get the Dolphins.
I am gonna take the Colts at 13.5. I do think they brought in a veteran quarterback to control the game, to be conservative, to like we saw what happens when the Vikings just go with the unproven, undrafted quarterback that they want to see what they got. The Colts didn't want that fate. They wanted to kind of calm the waters, see if they can make the playoffs. They have a good roster. Jonathan Taylor's played it at an MVP level this season. I know that the Seahawks are good, but like that's what I mean. They brought in a veteran quarterback not to give you those easy interceptions. Like Seattle might still get interceptions, they might still get turnovers, but at least they're going to have to do it at a professional level. You're not getting an undrafted free agent like they did a couple weeks ago. 13.5 is probably too much considering I think the Colts are going to lean on Jonathan Taylor. They're going to lean on a short game. I actually like 13.5 quite a bit. And we've seen with Sam Darnold, when he gets pressure, he is a different quarterback, and they are going to be getting some defensive help back for the Colts. Not in the secondary, but Buckner should be back, so that should help a lot to Forrest. So I'll take the Colts at 13.5.
I'm not a big fan of that game at all. But my only issue with the Colts is they're going to have to do a short game. And the Seahawks have been such a good tackling team this year that short game, you can't beat Seattle going short. You need to hit something big. So unless Taylor breaks off a big one, they're not going to have a chance.
And I think the
Seattle's defense can just sort of control that game, honestly.
Yeah. I would say Seattle's going to win by at least a touchdown. Like, I'm not saying the Colts will have any chance of winning this game. I just don't think they'll embarrass themselves. So I think 13.5 is too much.
I don't think, I don't know. You called Sam Ehlinger before Rivers for a reason. You just got declined by a guy. That's why Phillip Rivers is in the league right now.
Maybe.
Well, no, they openly, the report came out, they tried to get Sam Ehlinger to sign. They did not want to call Phillip Rivers. That was the last resort.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I think Phillip Rivers is better than a lot of these, like wannabe development quarterbacks. I don't think Sam Ellinger is any good, like ever. I don't think he ever starts for another team ever in his life. And so at least Philip Rivers has a Hall of Fame like level mind. I don't know if his arm can still do it, but I don't like. I actually like what they did there.
Next one.
I got the next pick right. I forget I was going back to back. I want the Dallas Cowboys here. I want to get the number though, so I'm right. Yeah, at 5.5. Dallas. I don't feel like they want like Jerry Jones is always trying to win games. He's always trying to live in this delusional world where he's a Super Bowl champion. So despite what the Eagles do, I think the Cowboys are still going to try to win this game. I think they're better than the Vikings. I I just think the Vikings are close to giving up. Justin Jefferson looks like he's going to have a aneurysm every time he plays with McCarthy. Even though that team is like good at times, like the chemistry is definitely off with the Vikings. Cowboys still have a chance to try to win games. I think they have a really talented offense, maybe one of the most talented in the league. I think that's too like I think they cover a touchdown easy in that game. So 5.5 is just too little.
It's mine next. I just want to check something. I want to see their first matchup against each other because
Scroll up some, Logan.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Chargers at plus 5.5. I mean that seems criminal. I know it's the Chiefs, blah blah blah, but 5.5. How are they favored by 5.5 over this Chargers with all the injuries?
I think the Justin Herbert injuries too. I just feel like people aren't trusting the Chargers. I'm kind of with you, Donnie, but I think people are also worried about the injuries of the Chargers. Like we seen Hampton.
Herbert was fine last game. He was fine.
I
And
agree.
that last game was Monday night, correct? So short week.
Yeah,
it was
shortish week.
Shortish week, yes, for an injured player who they pointed out in the broadcast was openly getting hit in his injured hand.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, Donnie, but I'm just saying that I think that's the pushback.
I mean, you can have pushback on it, but there's just no world where they should be. The Kansas City has not been good enough to be favored by 5 points against anybody in the league right now.
I would even go as far as to say if Travis Kelce was injured, the Chiefs might have a better chance to win the game. He's looked like he should hit the retirement home. Like Aaron Rodgers might have more juice than Travis Kelce at this point. Like I blame that loss.
Overall has had a good year. That's the weird part. Like he's had really, really awful moments, but overall been good.
Yeah, but those really, really awful moments have cost them wins, Donnie. And that's what they need.
No, that's the thing. They've come at the worst times. Yeah. Like it's almost on Mahomes for trusting him that much still.
Yeah. Like I forget what week it was, like week 5 or 6, a touchdown bounced off his hands and they lost by exactly a touchdown. Like
well, no, it was a pick 6 after. It was a touchdown off the board for the Chiefs, and then they gave up a pick 6 because it was off his hands.
Exactly. And then you look at like it's been a good, productive stat season for him. You're not wrong about that, but like the moments where like Mahomes needs someone else, and now his offensive line is injured as well. I'm kind of with you. I think Kansas City's done. And I took him last week. I wanted to believe in the dynasty. I just think it's over.
Well, the offensive line isn't any more injured than it's been. Like, there's still the same guys that's been playing. Simmons came back a couple weeks ago. That was their big one. Like he missed half the year.
Maybe he came back and I didn't even notice it. Like maybe that tells you there's a problem in the systemic offensive line of the Chiefs. They just haven't looked good at all.
No, the offensive line just hasn't been good in a couple of years. But their guys are there. Their main guys are healthy.
Have you got your last pick? I can scroll up the board on you. I know you were looking at the numbers earlier.
I'm gonna take the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Their defense is definitely gonna bounce back after that Tennessee thing. They're going to be able to play in whatever weather there is in Chicago.
Yeah, I keep hearing it's going to be historically cold. Are you buying into that at all to help you with the spread, or does that not factor in? Like,
No, that's the whole point. I don't think it'll be a factor for either of these teams. It's Chicago. They're at home. It won't be a factor for them. And Cleveland plays in Cleveland. It won't be a factor for them.
For two cold weather teams, I don't think it matters at all. Like,
nope. But that's why I think
when you're playing a football game, you're not feeling it. You don't feel it when you're playing.
I do think it will cause both these teams who like to run to be able to run more. And so, slog of a game. I'm not sure like anyone covers a touchdown. So give me 7.5 for the Cleveland Browns.
And the goal is to win, not to be blown out. Like, sometimes you got to play to what the elements give you.
I agree with both of those takes. Like, Chicago is used to lake effect snow. They're used to their environment. Like, yeah, it's going to be a cold weather game in December. They're a Midwestern team, of course. Like, what are we talking about here? And then Cleveland's the same way. Like, okay, Shedeur, maybe he grew up in Florida with being pampered, but like, he also knows like going to Cleveland.
Where did Caleb play? Did Caleb ever play in fucking 0 temperatures?
Exactly, he played in California. So like, I get why people are kind of worried about it. Like, I get the worry, but like, they also are professionals who went to cold weather teams. This is not their first cold weather game, no matter where they grew up. I feel like that narrative is just overdrawn. So I'm with you.
I was about to say Shedeur then went to college in Colorado.
Colorado, exactly. So. Yeah, do they not like the cold? I'm sure they'll get on their private planes, shortly after the game's over. They'll be fine.
No, it'd be one thing if you told me it was Dylan Gabriel who openly said, "I hate the cold. I can't stand the cold." Like,
oh, he's gonna be dying on the sideline.
And sure, are they not going to play at their peak? Yeah, but like Gov said it, they want to run the ball anyway. It's like they are run first teams, so this is just going to,
I think come second quarter, it doesn't matter. Your body's warmed up. Your body's warmed up by the second quarter. You either adapted or you didn't.
Exactly. Once the adrenaline gets pumping, boom.
And if you look at the points total, guess what? They don't expect a lot of points anyway, so they kind of expect that run game. So I actually like that you took this game. It was not on my radar, but I actually like the 7.5 point a lot. Seems like
7.5 spread on only like a 30-something total game. Like, they think Cleveland will do nothing.
Yeah,
right, and I'm with you. And Donnie played Shedeur just a couple weeks ago. He's been on the like everyone's been hating this guy. I'm just gonna pick up the value. So I don't see any reason.
And I'm not a huge Shedeur guy, by the way. I thought he was a day 2 pick. Like, I wasn't one of those people who had him pop by in the draft. I thought he was a second round, third round pick, and he would be fine. Like, but
And that's kind of my point too. Is like I don't think Gov's being a homer at all with this pick. I think he just sees value, and I'm starting to see it too. I don't mind this pick at all.
Yes, Shedeur was not a first rounder. He went 1, 2, 3, 4.
In the same season, by the way, Gov, that we have Philip Rivers coming back. So like, I don't understand why we people always do this narrative like, well, he wasn't a first round pick. But yeah, well, we got a 44-year-old quarterback coming back in week 15. So sometimes in the NFL, weird things happen. Like, they're professionals now. Like, I don't really pay much attention to college stuff after they're professionals myself. Maybe that's a blind spot for me, but it just doesn't usually matter. Speaking of mattering, though, we'll get over to our lineups. We'll build you a lineup kind of with our player pools and see. Because I don't actually know what you guys will do with some of my picks. So this might be an interesting build. We might have to tweak a lot at the end here, but I think we'll come up with something interesting.
I will say I'm very condensed on games. I am not like getting random games much.
You guys didn't seem to think the 13 games would matter, but I don't know, man. Like, we got a lot of the marquee superstars in this slate. Like, maybe for the first time, we've had a Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, a Josh. Like, there's a lot of superstars. I feel like we're going to have to score a lot of points, right? You got to at least agree with that. Like, it's going to be a 200-plus week.
I mean, the thing is, in this, yes, you need 200 probably to take down the contest. But like in best ball, you're not going to get 200. You don't get that much value. That doesn't you don't score 200 in a regular fantasy football league, and that's what best ball is. So yes, in this we'll need that.
But I'm saying in daily fantasy we might need like 250 this week to even min cash. Like I'm saying it could be.
No way, Logan. That would mean people have to score 300. No, like min cash. The highest min cash weeks are like 180, and that's insane.
I don't know,
yeah,
man.
When min cash is 180, the chalk all goes for 35.
The highest the min cash will be is 180, and that would be an insane week.
Again, that would be a week where like Woody Marks, CMC, JSN all go for 40 or 50, like what Kyle Pitts did. And so all the 25% owned dudes go for 40. The min cash line in every 20% payout up tournament is going to need that 120 point floor from 3 dudes.
I just think it's going to be a high score week. I'll say modestly, I'll say like 240. I don't think a single lineup will cash without 240 this week.
That would be the best fantasy week of all time by far. Not even like
tournaments 90% of the time, dude.
I don't know, man.
240 literally is first place.
250 is what you're gonna need to ship instead of like 220 or 200. Like I could believe that, but like I've never had. I don't think I've played DFS in 8 years where we've had a week ever where the min cash line was 200.
I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be around the 200s. I really do.
Even weeks
I'd be shocked if it's above 160.
Hit like 170. The min cash line wasn't 200.
Yeah. I've been called wild and crazy for way worse things, but that's just my take this week. I just think we're going to be at a historic pace.
Then really we got to play all the chalk. Then you just put every chalky piece in there and say whatever.
At that point, okay, we're playing a cash lineup and pick our defense.
I know that's why I'm excited to build with you guys, because I think maybe you can ground me some, because I'm in this galaxy brain world, I guess, this week, where I just think we're gonna have to put up historic pace numbers. So this will be a good exercise for me.
Yeah, but I can already tell, like, you're thinking we're going to need to put up these crazy pace numbers, and then you're going to play crazy dudes who aren't owned, when if we need to put up these crazy pace numbers, it's because the high-owned chalk dudes are just the place you have to play.
But no, actually, I like a lot of the chalk. Like, I'm on a lot of the chalk, and maybe that's why I'm more scared, because I'm trying to get different. It is my pick, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to set the tone with a guy that I just think is too cheap. I don't know what you guys will do with this, but I want to see it, and I know you guys wouldn't do it without it. So I'm going to play Rucker because Mason Taylor's out. He's min-priced. He's a tight end.
Brady Cook.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do this?
That we're not going to cash.
You literally just said you want to play the chalk, and you just played a literal 1%.
Just play Tommy Tremble. Just play Tommy Tremble. Tommy Tremble's the same price.
But he's got competition.
Like just play Likely or Andrews against fucking Cincinnati. Play some chalk. Play some chalk.
That's like $800 more. I can't afford that.
We haven't even. This is the first thing in the lineup. How do you know you can't afford it?
Because I know what I want to do.
Well, you only got 3 picks in this lineup. I hope your visual plan is going to come together with those 3 picks.
I think it
starting
will.
with $2,500 Jeremy Ruckert.
Look,
just throw in Matt Collins. Throw in Matt Collins, and we'll build to have extra salary.
At this point, I almost want you to throw in your 3 guys right now. Just don't pick quarterback.
Okay, this is what I would do.
I'm kidding.
I mean, sorry, that's not what I would do. This is what I would do. That's what I will do.
But you still don't need that min-price tight end. You still don't need that min-price tight end at that.
Oh, I do.
There's money. Okay, so yeah, 2 of the. I do think Chase is going to be chalkier than Puka, but I do like Puka.
Okay, let's get that out. Let's go back to regular lineup builder. Matt Collins.
That's your pick?
That's my pick, yes.
Okay.
Everyone's on this Diggs thing. No, it's the Matt Collins revenge game this time around.
You do think Hollins is the most consistent wide receiver on the team in terms of
No.
No, I'm saying in terms of targets. Like you've always said he's a target guy.
No, but he's not the most consistent targets. Hunter Henry's the most consistent targets.
Okay.
I just don't want to play Hunter Henry right now.
Well, yeah, I was thinking wide receivers, but you're right. Hunter Henry, if we're thinking about the tight end as a receiver.
And then it's like Hollins is like maybe 4th on the target board. He's just...
Fair enough. I trust you when it comes to the Patriots.
I mean, last 3 games, 80% of the plays, 52 snaps a game, 5 targets. Like, there's nothing against Matt Collins. That's essentially what, like Diggs doesn't play that much. He just sort of gets the same amount of targets while he's out there.
Yeah. And you know Diggs will get the narrative, like, bump this week. I don't know what kind of, like...
Henry is the dude, though. Correct.
Yeah. I agree with both of those points.
I think Booty still gets played a little bit.
He does.
Booty gets the most wide receiver snaps, yes.
Yeah.
Not so Booty.
It's pretty much exactly what we said, where if I had to trust a guy, it'd be Henry. But I do think because of the narrative, because it's the Buffalo Bills, people are going to play Diggs. Funny enough, we kind of need...
But Hollins is a Bill. Like, Hollins, it's his revenge turn. It's his turn.
I was getting to that point, Donnie. I agree with you. I think people are overlooking that point, that Hollins is actually coming back.
Hollins played well against Buffalo last time. But like that's how you beat the Bills. You have size at receiver. Those big size receivers are the ones the Bills are struggling against. T. Higgins, those guys.
And I think that's why I brought up consistency, because like to me, he's just been exactly what you want from him for a wide receiver. And people just want to talk about that Fred Flintstone kind of like he doesn't wear shoes, and like it's kind of this funny thing. But like he's been a good receiver for them this year.
He's been super, super consistent. Like one of the best run blocking receivers the Patriots have had in a long time.
Right, which
in
is
red
exactly
zone. Getting red zone hurt.
A Brable guy. Gov, did we stall enough for you? Do you got a pick for us?
Oh, I've got picks. I've just been waiting for you guys to do. It's like, all right. So with a Matt Collins and Jeremy Ruckert start, we can totally just jam in chalk.
We can. I hope we do.
I'm looking right now at my stuff, and when it comes to chalk at running back, which is always the best chalk, I think I'm fine going with Woody.
Woody? Yeah. I think I will be playing some Woody, if not some Harvey this week. That's like kind of the range I'm deciding between.
Now the other one is, do I jam in the other second running back like last week, or
go for it?
Henry. There's no reason that Henry should.
Give me the big dog.
The big dog should have a good game against Cincinnati. We thought the same thing.
He struggled last time, right?
He didn't have a great game against Cincinnati last time.
Yeah, which is kind of what I thought with James Cook. Like, there's all this projected points, all this like Stefanski bucks. You think you're going to get it, and then it doesn't happen. I don't think last week was that bad. Like he was a couple yards away from getting a 100-yard bonus. I don't mind playing this at all. 7,300 seems like a fair price for his upside.
All right.
Back to you, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in a piece that you guys might not love. Let me double check something before I throw it in. Actually.
Okay.
I'm checking practice reports. You know what? Scratch that. Because I didn't realize it's a hamstring. go ahead and give me a second to recalibrate here.
If it's Devontae Adams, don't worry about the hamstring. He's the only guy that ever beats your narrative, Donnie.
He's having too much fun. He'll never retire.
Yeah, most hamstrings, I'm with you, but like for some reason, Adams is like a robot.
I was going to say Adams has a bad hamstring and Stafford has a bad back. It doesn't matter. They're having too much fun out there.
It's true. Like most.
So you guys aren't worried because that's who I wanted to play. But if you guys are that set on, don't worry about the hamstring. I want to hear from Gov too.
I'm worried.
I'm a little worried because last week they did give it to the other guys, and to be honest, McVay is one of those guys that like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So for them to move off of Adams, maybe they knew or something last week. And like they knew, okay, he's going to be iffy for probably a couple weeks, and we'll put him on with the hamstring. Like I'm a little iffy about it, but I'm also like he's touchdown god right now.
He really is.
Right. Also, Marvin Harrison's out, by the way. I just found that out. So it could be another Michael Wilson week. And that kind of weirdly fits, but I will go and say screw it and just plug in James Cook in our flex.
James Cook?
Flexy.
I think Woody Marks might be a 1 o'clock guy, too. I think so.
Yeah, honestly, my first look lineup, I got to the end and was going to pick someone else and realized, oh, this is a 1 o'clock only lineup.
Yeah.
Not that you need to pick people from the 4 o'clock games, but like I like to usually have 1 or 2 pieces of PMR from one of the good games in the afternoon. But then I guess I looked and it's like, what are even on a 13-game slate, what are the 5 afternoon games before we move on?
The most popular one is the Rams in Detroit, I believe, in terms of fantasy points.
So you have Carolina, New Orleans, Rams, Detroit, Green Bay, Denver, Vegas, Philly. Or is that it? No. Vegas, Philly isn't. No. It's Green Bay, Denver,
the arrow
Detroit,
again, Logan.
Rams, Carolina, New Orleans, and then there's 2 other more on the right. There's one more. Yeah. You got to scroll a second time. Yeah.
That's right. I
Indy,
forgot.
Seattle, and Tennessee, San Fran.
Yep. Usually you don't got to hit the arrow twice. That's how many games there is on the slate this week, so I apologize for that.
You're good. Right, and it is your pick for 2 now, Logan.
It is. I'll take two plays that make a lot of sense to me. I think we have the money to pay up for them.
I don't know.
I want St. Brown, and I want the Houston defense.
Just go to defense, highest price, basically. Right. Where is Houston, huh?
Texans, right there.
Texans, yeah.
They're right below.
Okay. 3,400.
Honestly, a lot of those 3,400 and up defenses are really good this week. There's only one sub 3K defense I like.
Yeah,
I like paying up.
I think you have to pay up for defense this week. Actually,
someone's going to hit. It's just
Seattle, Houston, they all look good.
And I don't say that very often. I usually pay down a lot. I think you got to get over 3K this week pretty easily.
So it goes back to me.
It does.
What would that leave us? You know what? Screw it. I am just going to go ahead and throw in Josh Allen.
I think that's a fair pick. It proves that you're fair and balanced, Donnie, because you being a Patriots fan, that would hurt some people. So I'm
Cook and Allen. If that means they both go off, that means Patriots probably are going to lose.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And you get a garbage touchdown from Mac Hollins. Okay. Now, Doug, what'd you leave me? 36?
If you need more money, I don't have any problem going down to Jameson Williams and saving you an extra couple thousand.
Let me see 36. I haven't
36.
looked at that range of wide receiver really.
36 is plenty at receiver right now.
You just missed
We've
on
got
a deal in
random
poker, I
Gabe
know
Davis.
Mims, over Tesla, Douglas, Rocket, Hayes, Kirk. Give me Tinsley. T's out, right?
Tinsley,
No,
3,100.
Higgins looks likely to play. They haven't said, but he looks likely to play. He's trying to play, I should say. That's the better way to say it.
See what the practice report says.
He was limited today, I believe.
He's out. He's listed as out on DraftKings.
Is he? That
Yeah.
that would be news to me. If he was, I think Tinsley is a great pick.
Zach Taylor said Friday Higgins concussion will not play against the Ravens.
Yeah. Okay, that's huge news because I didn't know
Tinsley.
that.
Yeah, there we go. Tinsley Henry. There we go.
And that gives us 500 to get off record.
Yes, I agree. That gives us 500 to get off record.
We can do that.
Well, let's see what that is, because if not, then it's 500 to get off Matt Collins.
It's just Dawson Knox. it's just Dawson Knox.
I think you just go back to Ruckert. What can we do at 4,500 at wide receiver and get off Matt Collins? Because we don't have enough to turn James Cook into CMC, which would be the great late hammer.
The only other thing we could do is pay down at defense and get up past 3K at tight end.
I have no interest in getting off.
Oh, no. Go to the. Let's see, everyone. Go to the flex. How much is CMC this week?
CMC is 9K. I know that.
He's 9K.
Yeah, you want to see what you had if we got off a
4,500 wide receiver. Yeah. So.
The guy in this range, the only guy that really piques my interest would be like a Vele if we thought Chris Olave was limited by the back.
I think I just go to Matt Collins. Yeah, at this point.
We can if you really hate the gym.
Now, I'm about to say the only other thing I would do is now I would go down at defense and could we get Cook up to CMC?
Probably. Let's see the cheapest defense we can play.
The 2K.
Like that way, because I don't like how Cook and Allen really eat into each other. So I'd rather not play both of them.
The cheapest defense I see.
A script they can go crazy together.
It'd be the Chargers
against New England.
Yes, because the Patriots' run defense hasn't been good since Milton Williams been out.
Okay, but that means Cook goes off. And if Cook goes off, then Josh Allen's not doing crazy stuff.
He could still get 2 touchdowns.
There's not a scenario where Josh Allen's doing crazy. Like, Josh Allen didn't start doing his crazy stuff last week until Cook fumbled twice. They were going to let Cook just go off. But he coughed it up on the goal line twice.
I see no reason.
I just don't like the correlation. Like, that would be. And then looking at it, we don't really have a late game. So I would love to get up to the late hammer of the 5 games, which I think is CMC. Everyone else, I think, is going to be on Puka or JSN. I think it's CMC.
We've seen a game already this year where Josh Allen gets 40 and Cook gets 20. It can happen. It's happened this year.
And that could happen. I think CMC could go for 30 this week. It's fucking Tennessee.
Just the extras alone, the cheapest defense I could play would be the Chargers. I don't know about you guys.
I don't want to really play the Chargers.
Mine is the Browns at 27.
That would be the cheapest that I would go, and I don't love that.
That is the cheapest I have, really.
Okay.
But I don't think we even need that. Like, again, if you turn Cook into CMC right now, that still leaves us a little over 3K for a defense.
The problem is Donnie doesn't want to move off of Cook.
Because then we just have no.
And we don't have enough to turn Henry into it. I know. That's the only other thing I've got.
mean, I could pay down for Jameson Williams because I do like like the Lions offense in general, but I don't know what that would like. That doesn't really get us into a
That's
range.
1,800. That's 1,800 difference. That's a huge difference in salary. That gives us almost 2,000 to work with.
So would you go from Henry to CMC then, Gov?
If what? I'm sorry, I was trying to do some.
If I go from if I put Williams in instead of St. Brown, we'd have to finagle defense still, but we could probably afford it then.
Yeah, defense is again not really
Right. So let's do that and see what.
But we wouldn't have to finagle defense that much. That's the thing.
So I was like, you would give me the money. Like I need 1,700 to turn Henry into CMC.
Yeah, which is the difference between St. Brown and JMO.
Oh, it actually is. We can buy any defense we want.
Yeah, we can go right back to the Texans defense and have 600 left.
Would you play
3,100?
I'd rather have Henry with the correlation with Tinsley.
Tinsley, yeah. Okay.
So, like,
yeah,
I don't know what we do with the extra money if we did that. That's the only problem. Like, I wanted to play CMC to give us a 1 o'clock guy and get off what I see as the ugly anti-correlation of Allen Cook.
Yeah.
Playing CMC over Henry in this lineup wasn't anything I was thinking about doing.
I just wanted to work through the extra because I actually like Henry myself. If I was going to play either Henry or CMC,
I mean, we could play May. I can get off Allen and go to May, but I want to play Cook.
I could see May working. He's a little cheaper.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you're not getting off Cook, then there's no real way to get CMC. So now it's trying to find a way to get up to Puka. But like Tinsley and Hollins are too cheap.
Well, hold on a second. So,
or I guess which wide receiver of the big three in the afternoon do you really think is the nuke? Puka, St. Brown, or JSN?
JSN.
So then that's the guy we want to try to get to.
Would this work any better?
Well, I mean, that doesn't get us any salary. I'm fine with going Henry, but so what if we did? Just throw in JSN, see what we would need to do.
Okay.
So we need to. It would be like getting off somebody. It would
we have to get off to throw in JSN. We'd have to go down from either Henry or Cook.
We'd have to get off our game stack and go to a different game.
Yeah, that would work. So I'll go back to Hollins then. It's the only viable way I can see this lineup working is to pay down for.
You can even go back to Josh. Like at this point, just go back to Josh Allen.
Yeah, because May doesn't really save us that much. I agree.
Okay. Then I guess we just sort of got to go with the original lineup and leave the 500.
Yeah, just pay up for
because there's not really anything we can agree with.
Yeah, I told you it was going to be an interesting week.
Unless you get off Ruckert and just go up to anybody else.
That's what I'm saying. We could use that 500 to upgrade Ruckert to anyone, but like at that point, dart throw. We're all dart throws. We were in St. Brown.
St. Brown, yeah.
Which I guess is our only 4 o'clock guy in this lineup is St. Brown, which is still a late hammer. But
it is. I was going to say if I went with Williams, could I get the Brock Bowers?
See, I was trying to give us a second late hammer.
So we had Houston defense in there.
Yeah. But like any of those top, like Eagles defense I like, Seattle defense I like, Houston defense I like this week. Like
Houston has more opportunity to get sacks, way more opportunity to get sacks.
Like if we went down to the Cleveland defense, then we have like 1,400 to add to a tight end. So now you're talking 3,900 you can get to.
That doesn't get you to Fannin yet.
No.
It does get me to Johnson, who I like.
Likely would be the other one. Like Cincinnati is the tight end funnel this year, and Andrews looks questionable to play.
It's true. He does look questionable.
So like likely would be the other guy, but I forget what price he is. Is he below or above Andrews?
Likely.
It's like 3,100. I want to say. I have to look. I don't want to guess.
Like that wouldn't be right there. Was he 35?
34.
Yeah, that wouldn't be we could maybe get up to that and then just go down at defense. Still probably get a decent one.
32.
He was still getting 6 targets with Andrews playing last week, because I do believe Andrews played last week.
Yeah.
He got 1 last week. It wasn't pretty.
Oh, Andrews, you mean? Because it said likely got 6.
Yeah, no, like Andrews got like 1.
Yeah.
He was definitely not playing well.
Right.
We could stack it with Henry, but then we have a lot from that game. I guess. I mean, Joe Burrow's looked pretty good. I don't know if I want to attack him.
Panthers, Green Bay against
Browns.
Knicks.
If when Brown like turned into a game stack, if we went from St. Brown to Chase, to be fair, that could, if you wanted to do a game stack.
I don't think we need to do more of a game stack. Like I like that mini stack. Like we got a lot riding on Buffalo, New England. We know Baltimore, Cincinnati's going to have points and score. We have our late hammer in St. Brown. We have our chalk in Woody. Like likely is in a tight end funnel. Like at this point, whatever we think is the best defense to play. Like if the Browns is the best defense or Carolina. Like that's what I think. I think we choose between Cleveland or Carolina. If we play Carolina, we use all our salary. If we play Cleveland, we leave 500 on the table.
I like the idea of a fired up Carolina. I really do.
Yeah, I don't mind Carolina.
We don't get a lot of sacks, so it's not going to be great. But like if we do get some interceptions.
We talked about not really agreeing on a whole lot because the only other defense I agree with would be the Packers. So you guys seem to be more Brown. So I guess the Panthers is kind of the middle ground that we agree on here. You know, it might be a weird way to get here, but I don't think this lineup is necessarily bad. I do agree with Gov. It might need more PMR. I think we'll feel good at like 110, but we'll hate ourselves by like 5 o'clock. But maybe that's my own bias because I always like PMR, so maybe I am being front-loaded in that, or back-loaded, I guess it would be in this case. But the PMR issue does scare me a bit.
The only way that we like get upset with this lineup is if that Detroit game goes crazy, which I think it will. I have pretty much full game stack 2 games in my lineups, and it's been the Rams game and the Bills game. Like, yeah, I have 2 lineups that are so centric on that working. I almost would rather go, instead of likely, to go to Parkinson and see if he gets that random touchdown in that game, just where it's higher scoring. But and then we don't have the Henry picked up, whatever.
I think we could work on this lineup a bunch more times, but I think Gov has to go to work. We have to let the man go.
Yeah, we have a hard out here in like 2 minutes. I have a hard out in 2 minutes.
This is about as good as we can get. Now, maybe you guys can finagle it a different way. Maybe what we went through here, you could also do with some of your friends, some of the way you think. Hopefully this lineup at least showed you that, like, we don't always have a plan. We don't always have, like, agreeable terms. Because I do think you kind of got to work with your lineup and almost create that kind of Play-Doh effect. But with that being said, I actually like what we came up with here, even though I would tweak it a bit more. Hopefully, like I said, it helps. And with that, like and subscribe on your way out. And good luck this week. Especially in best ball if you guys have any sweats. We have one, so